everyone, it's Kate Kaltoff and welcome to the debut of Stamping to Share's October 2020 kit to go. I'm so excited to share it with you. I love this kit. It's probably my favorite one of all the ones we've done so far. And it uses the Poinsettia Petals bundle along with paper, and oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The cards are beautiful. I just can't wait to show you. So without any further ado, let me flip the camera down and we'll get started, and I'll show you what you can expect when you order the Poinsettia Petals kit to go from me in October of 2020. You have until the 15th. The first thing you'll probably notice about this kit is that it is shipped priority mail in a padded envelope, but I protect it even more on the inside, as you will see. So let's go ahead and open up what you receive in the basic kit. So the first thing that you will receive in our basic kit is this wonderful real red ribbon, and it is a sheer ribbon. So we'll be using this on the cards that we make in the kit. The second thing that you'll notice in the kit is that, oh, there's all kinds of things in here. You will get some beaded pearls. These are probably the most beautiful embellishments that I've ever seen Stampin' Up! Come out with. I was so excited to get my hands on them, and then I just fretted. I was so worried they would go on back order. So I went ahead and I ordered, I think, everything that I'll need in order to make sure that you get one of these beautiful sets of beaded pearls. And I'll show you in a minute what the cards look like so that you can appreciate how gorgeous these are. The next thing you'll receive is paper. There is so much beautiful paper in this kit to go. So let me go through it. First of all, you'll notice that it's packaged really well. Your paper will not arrive wrinkled. So let me pull it out of its protective plastic sleeve, and you will find an entire half pack of our Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, which looks like this. So that's an entire half pack of the Poinsettia Place. And you will find the plush Poinsettia paper, which is beautiful. It's also a half pack of this paper. We'll be using it on the cards. And look at that. It's so gorgeous. So it's this flocked design on white vellum. Oh my goodness. I could hardly contain myself when I opened up my first pack. And then I think a truly underlooked item in the holiday is this fabulous red velvet paper. You cannot even appreciate it until you see it and feel it in person. And in fact, the card that I'm going to demonstrate for you today, which also is included in the kit, uses this beautiful paper. So let me set that aside because there's still more in this kit. So let me go ahead and grab those out. So there is a Happy Stamper token for all of you who have ordered kits from me in the past. You know that at the $50 level, you get a Happy Stamper token. And so that's what the basic kit costs, is $50. That does include your shipping and handling. And when you get 10 of those tokens, you get to pick a free stamp set of your choice, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, and look, here are all the card setups. So these are beautifully packaged, if I do say so myself, and I just want to pull these out and show them to you. So this is the card we're going to be making today. And then as you flip through, you will see more beautiful setups. Many of it is cut out for you. Look at that beautiful paper embossed. I'll be showing you all of these cards in just a minute, but this is what the setups look like. It even includes a strip of the red rhinestones for one of the cards that we'll be decorating. So let me set this aside. I'm getting a lot set aside here. Oh, and there's still one more thing in the package. Okay, so I had been doing throwback cards. Well, I went through a lot, so I can't do the number of throwback cards that I've done in the past, but everybody gets one throwback card in their basic kit. And they get 16 pieces of throwback paper. So who knows what the paper is going to be. I have a lot of it. I'll be cutting it up into fourths and putting it as a little gift when you get your packet. Just a little something for you. So that will be fun. So that's everything in the basic packet. Now let me go over the beautiful card that we're going to make today. And it uses all of the paper. So let me just review the paper. So we have the gorgeous Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. And as you can see, it has all of these different designs in, and it has a lot of coordinating paper that go with it. So we'll just start out and I'll just go on up the list. First of all, it's all in a back of Whisper White. So I have that as my background. Then it also coordinates with Soft Suede, Real Red, Old Olive, Garden Green, Bumblebee, and then even though this wasn't mentioned, I did put a circle of Very Vanilla in here because some of the cards that I'm making in the kit, I've enclosed Very Vanilla envelopes. I just felt like some of the paper had some beautiful vanilla tones to it. All right, so that's one of the papers we're using on this card. Another paper that we're using on the card is the Plush Poinsettia Specialty Designer Series paper. As you remember, you're getting a half pack of that as well in the basic kit. And so again, it's beautiful. I can't wait to share it with you. Then you're also, in this one card, we're also using the red velvet. And so I'm so excited to share this with you. It's so beautiful. So let's look at the card that I'm going to share with you today. So I know that those of you that have gotten kits from me in the past, you know that on occasion, I will use 2 different designer series paper so that when you create the cards, because there's 8 cards total in the kit, 2 of each design, you will oftentimes mix up the designer series paper. So everything does come pre-cut. One of the cards will feature the wood grain background, which is just stunning. Look at this card, isn't it pretty? And then the other one features the garden green background, kind of a trellis background, and it's beautiful. I do want you to notice that the poinsettia that we're using on this card is created with the beautiful red velvet paper. And I have a punch out here that I'm going to be showing you how to get a different look with the tailored tag punch out. So that's fun. All the punch outs will be included. And then of course you can see we're also using the ribbon. So the reason I picked this card as the first card for the kit that we're making is because it uses so many of the products that you get in the basic kit. Just a fun and glorious card. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And then I'll show you the prices of additional kits sizes that you might want to consider. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our card base. This card base is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4, and this is in soft suede. The next thing that we have is our inside panel, which we're going to do next. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and it is in Whisper White. So we're going to go ahead and do a little stamping on this and finish it out so that it coordinates with the front of the card. I want to share with you that the stamps that we're using, called Poinsettia Petals, has a lot of nice sentiments, and we'll be using all of these sentiments at some point in the making of these cards, with maybe the exception. Let me see. Let me just double check my cards because I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I did not use the Happy Holidays sentiment, but I did use Merry Christmas. Thank you for making this a wonderful season. So we're doing a thank you card as the final card. We've got Warm Wishes from Our Home to Yours, and May the Magic and Wonder bloom this holiday. So really pretty cards, really pretty sentiments, beautiful. And of course the front of it does not do it justice because this is one of those huge stamp sets. Look at, oh my goodness. Huge. It is photopolymer, so you'll be able to see right through to where you're stamping. And it comes with a very big die set. So the basic kit, of course, does not include the stamp set or the dies, because I know some of you already have it. But others of you don't have this yet, and you'll be able to add that on if you wish. So I'm going to grab the Real Red ink here and open this up. And then I've got my sentiment that we're going to use on the inside panel, which is Merry Christmas. I'm going to set that in there. And the next thing I'm going to bring out is my Stampin' Mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp, so I want to give it just a little bit of a cushion as I stamp it. So we are going to stamp Merry Christmas right here on the inside panel. And then we are going to we might as well get all the stamping out of the way, right? So let me go ahead and set this aside, and we'll grab another piece that needs to be stamped. And that piece is 3/4 inches by 2 3/4. And that is going to go on the front of our card. So it's just a small rectangle. We're going to ink up this sentiment, which says, "Warm wishes from our home to yours." So I'm going to stamp that right in the middle. So handy to have a clear photopolymer stamp because you can see exactly where you're going and you can stamp it perfectly. All right, so we're going to set this aside because that's all the stamping we have for this card. What we're going to do now is we're going to fold this in half, and we're going to go ahead and put our inside panel in. Oh wait, we need our finishing touch here. So where is it? I know I had it here at one point. Here it is. So we're going to add a little bit of designer series paper to the bottom. This is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and take some multi-purpose liquid glue, put that along the bottom. And this will bring the design from the outside of the card to the inside of the card. There we go. Then take your stamp and seal, and on the back, just add a little of that to the top and add that to the inside panel of your card so that all 4 borders are nice and even. And then let's go ahead and start layering up the outside. So the first panel that we're going to work with is 3.5 by 5 inches. And the next panel that's going right over the top of that is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So we're going to go ahead. I think I'll just take some multi-purpose liquid glue and we'll add that panel to the early espresso panel. And at this point, we have even another panel that we're going to add. This is a beautiful card with lots of layers. So let's add another layer to this panel. And we're going to use some of that absolutely gorgeous plush Poinsettia designer series paper that has that flocking over the top of the vellum. 3 by 4 1/4. And I am going to just go ahead and I'm going to use some stamp and seal on this. Now, you do not want to put it where the stamp and seal can show through, but I know at the top I'm going to have a big flower, so we can put it there. And then I also know that down in this section, I'm going to be adding my sentiments, so nothing will show through there. So I'm actually using my stamp and seal in the area where the big flower goes and then down where the sentiment goes. Then what I'm doing is I'm just setting this right over the top and I'm centering it in so that all 4 borders are even, and then we just press it down. The next thing we're going to do is take our ribbon, which I think I have my ribbon here somewhere. Here it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the real red sheer ribbon and we're just going to cut it a little bit larger than our panel. That gives us a little bit of give on either end so that we can tape that down. So let me grab some Scotch tape here, my favorite way of adhering ribbon. And you just want this, I don't know, maybe about a 1/2 inch above where the vellum is. And then what you're going to do is just tape that around. So we'll go ahead and put that down. That looks good. Then the next thing we're going to do is I have pre-cut and included this in all of your packets. I have that gorgeous, gorgeous red velvet paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this medium size poinsettia and the small one, and we're going to put those together. So I'm just going to add a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue to the center. And then we'll just set this in so that it fills in all of those gaps. How beautiful. Then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and we're going to add some dimensionals to the back. So I have my dimensionals here and we are going to put 3 of them on, and that does help you with keeping this all together as well. All right, so then we can take this and we can set this in like this, however you want it, just so that it is centered above and some of the petals are kind of coming out over the top of the vellum paper. Give that a press. And then the next thing we have here is a red velvet punch out. So what we want to do next is take that sentiment that we've already stamped, and I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal to the back of it. And then we're going to use this tailored tag punch in a new way. So we're going to set it kind of tilty like this. And then you're going to put this on so that the top and the bottom are even. So just set that in so that you have kind of this sort of look. Isn't that cool? So then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and add more dimensionals to this. So let me go ahead and add some dimensionals to give it a little lift. So I'm adding it on both sides, and then I'm adding one at the bottom, or the top and the bottom. So we're adding 4 dimensionals, and then we just set this in so that it shows a little bit of the ribbon on either side, and the base of your punch out will pretty much line up with the base of the vellum. So there we go, we have that much done. So now let's go ahead and put this on the front of our card, and I'm going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue with that. So I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to set this in, and then you can just wiggle it into place so that all the borders are nice and even. And then we're going to add the crowning touch. So I have these gorgeous beaded pearls. Like I said, I went ahead and ordered extras of these because I didn't want them to be accidentally out once I debuted this kit. And at one point they were on low inventory, so I was a little worried. Then you're going to take your pick tool or something similar. Or if you don't have one of those, just take your glue dots, because I can't find my take your pick tool. It must be across the room. But you're going to add 3 glue dots to this. I guess you don't even need it. So you're just going to set your beaded pearl over the top of the glue dots so that you are grabbing those glue dots and putting them onto your beaded pearl. So gorgeous. So I'm making sure that I have 3 glue dots on this, 1 behind every pearl. There we go. Then you're going to take this and set it right into the center of your poinsettia. Give that a press. Oh my gosh, is that just the most gorgeous card? I get excited every single time I see it. Now, one thing I want to point out is because I am making many, many multiples of these cards, I am doubling up on some of my cutting, and you are not seeing something that's really special about this die set. You can take a centerpiece and you can add it to your poinsettia cutout, and you can actually go ahead and make some veins in your papers. So that adds a little bit extra dimension. I am not doing that for you, but certainly if you have this at home, you can go ahead and add those veins if you wish. I think it looks quite pretty even without those veins in. So that's what I'm doing for the card kit to go. But I know many of you will have this or you will be getting it, and you can go ahead and add that as you wish when you receive your kit. So there we go, we have our first card, and let me show you the other one. So that looks like this. But we're not done. I want to show you all the cards that you will be getting in this kit. So first, let me explain all the kit options. So here we have it. It's my Stamping to Share October 2020 Poinsettia Petals kit to go. So the basic kit, as I mentioned before, is $50. You will get 3 half paper packs, as I mentioned, the Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, the Plush Poinsettia Specialty Designer Series paper, and the Red Velvet Designer Series paper. You will also get in the basic kit, as a reminder, an entire set of the beaded pearls and this gorgeous sheer real red ribbon. In addition, you will get, if I can find it here, a set of throwback papers as a special gift from me, along with a throwback card, which is kind of fun. Everybody loves that. And so that is what is in the basic kit. Now, if you decide to go ahead and add the stamp set, let me remind you of how big this stamp set is. It's nearly $30 in price. In fact, it does. I believe it's $27, but by the time you add on the shipping, handling, tax, and all of those goodies, it goes up considerably. So I did up my total $5, and for $80, when you add only the stamp set, you will get everything in the basic kit plus the Poinsettia stamp set. What if you decide that you don't really need the stamp set, but you'd like the dies? So if you add on the dies only, it is 100 even, and in addition, you will also get not just a half sheet of red velvet paper. You will get a full pack plus a half pack of the red velvet paper. Honestly, this is a paper you don't want to miss. I've had customers who have ordered it, and then a week later, after they'd gotten their paper in the mail, they went, I've got to have more of this, and they order more, because you only get 2 sheets in one pack. So you are going to get a full pack plus a half pack in your $100 kit, which is awesome. But there's one more level, and let me share it with you. It is to add on the bundle, plus you will get that additional red velvet paper that I mentioned that's part of the $100 kit. So that would be $120. And of course, it includes your shipping and handling and all of that. So you'll get 8 cards to make. So let's look at those 8 cards. So the first card is this one, which we just did. Now let me show you the next 2 cards that you will make, and they are these. Aren't they beautiful? And it just is a wonderful tip that I'll be sharing with you when I do the video, because it is a very cool way of doing this fun fold. It's very paper saving, and I'll be explaining that on the video. You open it up, it's got the Merry Christmas. And you will be hand cutting this from the paper that is included in your pack. So you do have the option of doing something else if you'd like to, or you can dig into your basic kit and you will be able to hand cut this. I'm not including that as part of your kit because it is part of your paper. However, these papers that you see here and on the inside will be included in the card kit. All right, so the next set of cards is this one, which I love because it's a gift card holder, and we need those for Christmas, right? So this is the most gorgeous card. It uses that gorgeous plush paper here in the background. It's got the ribbon, the pearl, oh my goodness. And then you open it up and look what you've got. You've got a pocket for a gift card holder, which is super because we need those at Christmas time. So that is the third card that you will be making. And then finally, the fourth card is a thank you card, because after Christmas, it's always a good idea to send thank yous. And here it is. So that thank you card is special because it uses the In the Pines 3D embossing folder here. So this is a very elegant card that makes a really beautiful thank you. All right, so those are all the cards that you will be making in the basic kit. So let me bring them out here for you to see, because they're so pretty. And then here is the one that we did today. So let me move that up, and there you have it. Thank you everyone so much. It's just a joy to share these kits to go with you, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.